You can't play the piano with only one hand, so how can you get your hands to cooperate with each other? The answer is simple. Improve your strength and coordination with these fun challenges. Stick around to the end of the video for 5 bonus hacks that will help you play hands together even faster. If you're brand new to piano, one of the best exercises to start with is the 5-finger scale, or the pentascale. In this simple exercise, we're going to run through the notes from C to G and then back down to C. Now let's add a simple tweak to make this pentascale a little bit more challenging. We just learned how to play it in parallel motion, which means that both of our hands are moving in the same direction. But now let's learn to play it in contrary motion. This means our hands will be moving away from each other and then coming back together. Now, let's experiment with how loudly and how softly we can play these pentascales. Challenge your hands together skills by playing the right hand softly and the left hand loudly. Now, reverse it so the right hand is playing loudly and the left hand is playing softly. Let's challenge your finger control even more by changing how you press down the keys. We already know how to play legato or smoothly, so let's see how to play staccato or detached. If that wasn't tricky enough, let's try playing the right hand legato and the left hand staccato. This time, play the right hand staccato and the left hand legato. Let's put away these pentascales for a few minutes and move on to some chords. Today we're going to look at the C major triad, which is built from the notes C, E, and G. Here's root position. We can make this more interesting by switching the order of the notes in the chord. These variations are called inversions. Here's the first inversion. And the second inversion. If you're finding this video helpful so far, please hit that like button. Let's take that root position C major triad that we just learned and change it up a little. Instead of playing all 3 notes at the same time, let's play 1 note at a time. Hit the starting note again at the top like this. These beautiful broken chords are called arpeggios, and you'll see them in a lot of piano music. Play the 2 inversions of the C major triad as an arpeggio too. Here's the first inversion. And the second inversion. Now that we know how to play arpeggios in parallel motion, let's play them in contrary motion. You're playing the same chord in both hands. It's just that your hands are playing different notes of the chord at the same time. Now try it in root position. Don't forget to practice this in first inversion and in second inversion too. Here's the first inversion. And the second inversion. If you've made it this far, tell me what your biggest struggle is with playing the piano hands together in the comments. I would love to hear your story. We're on to the last hands together exercise, a series of fun rhythm challenges. We're going to use the C major pentascale to practice 3 rhythmic patterns. Although these might sound complicated, you'll be surprised how simple they are to play once you understand them. The first rhythm is 1 against 2. This means for every 1 note we play with one hand, we're going to play 2 notes in the other. Basically, this is playing quarter notes in one hand and eighth notes in the other. Now try flipping this so you can play 2 notes in the right hand for every 1 note in the left hand. Now let's try 1 against 4. This means for every 1 note we play with one hand, we're going to play 4 notes with the other. This means we'll be playing quarter notes against 16th notes. Now go ahead and flip this so our right hand is playing the 16th notes and the left hand is playing the quarter notes. Now the last rhythm challenge is 1 against 3. And this means we'll be playing 3 notes for every single note. These groups of 3 notes are called triplets, and you'll see them in a lot of music. Try playing 1 triplet in the left hand for every 1 note in the right hand. Now flip it and play a triplet in the right hand for every 1 note in the left hand. Is playing the piano with 2 hands still tricky? Here's 5 hacks that will make it a lot easier. The first thing to remember is that playing the piano with 2 hands is less about piano playing and more about training your brain to do 2 things at the same time. You already have the strength to play the piano, so what you need to work on is splitting your brain to process the left hand and the right hand parts. Learning to play the piano hands together is really challenging, and it might take you a while to master it, so simply put in the work and you will see success. Since learning the right and left hand parts of a piano piece at the same time is pretty tricky, I'd recommend splitting the parts so you learn them hands separately at first, and then put them together. This simplifies the notes and rhythms so you can learn them faster. As you become more advanced, you can wean yourself off of hands separate first. You'll also want to avoid playing music that's too hard for you, especially if you're brand new to piano. Choose pieces that are at your level or only slightly above, or you'll quickly become frustrated with rhythms and chords and fingering that's too hard. The most important thing to remember is to play slowly. Playing too fast doesn't give your brain time to process all the new information, which will slow down the learning process and definitely leave you frustrated. You always want to practice slow enough that you can play without hesitations or stumbles. Otherwise, you're imprinting those mistakes in your muscle memory, which you'll have to unlearn later. Fantastic work on playing these challenging finger exercises. If you want more piano exercises like these ones, hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop. Happy piano playing!